Hello.
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Hello,
Not good, good morning
everybody.
wherever you are, or afternoon, or evening.
I know, right? Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another show. How's
Yep.
everybody doing on this beautiful hump day?
Well, I'm doing good since it's technically our last show of the year, if you think about it,
Technically,
but
Yes.
not physically. So technically,
right.
it's the last show because next week is not no ports next week.
Nope. No ports.
Actually, we are going to be having ports, but it's kind of like a video of all of across the wave, all the ports we've been through. It's going to be nice, so it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait until next week. I'm actually looking forward to this show today, but I'm actually looking forward to next week as well. It's
The
like
good thing about next week is there's not as much to prepare for.
Well, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, you come out here talk, but I mean, Jackie's handling most of the stuff for next week, the giveaways and all that.
yeah,
Right.
But there's really nothing to really prepare for. No port. I don't have to worry about looking for gas prices
I know, right?
or trying to figure out how to say a port.
Right.
It's
Right.
cool.
That part.
Think about it this way. You're going to start off on your little vacation ahead of time, you know? You're
Right.
going to have a 3-week vacation that you don't got to study or do history or any of that. And it's going to be fun because we're going to get to interact. I know, Jeffy, that you're just here for the last of it.
Mhm.
But I know that there's a lot of cool memories of how the show started and where it is today.
Right.
And I think that's what's going to make it fun. And then we're going to have some giveaways and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun for you guys. And we get to actually reminisce how the evolution of Across the Waves.
Right. I was gonna say, like, I'll be asking questions. I'm like, how do you guys feel? How do you from back then?
I
to
know,
now? Like,
right?
all of this, like, it'll be exciting.
The one thing I do guys, it's like from back then, even just from when I first started my channel. Like if I look at my first video on ever on YouTube, it sucked. Okay, it sucked. I'm not gonna lie, you can watch it, and I'm like sitting in the rock because I was like, okay, I'm trying to figure out at that point. You're trying to get a feel on how you want to do things.
Mhm.
You're not gonna get a feel and exactly on how you do it until you screw up or until you do it a handful of times, and then you're like, okay, I don't like this. I don't like that background. I don't like this. I have to buy this stuff, to make it better.
Right.
Background, and then eventually. It took time from when I just started my video was to talk in front of the camera because I was so nervous. That's why it sucked so bad.
Yeah.
Okay. And then as time went on, you start to find different ways to edit stuff. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I had no clue about nothing about live streams, nothing. I had no plan on doing live streams ever until I met the Mustard Drill, and he's the one who told me about live streams could help you get your watch hours and all that stuff. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. I started doing it. And once I started doing it, it was like I started all over again, nervous, doing all that. And now, obviously, I'm not nervous doing this no more, but obviously it takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The good thing, the bad thing about doing a live compared to a regular video is if you're nervous and you screw up, you can edit it out. Compared to a live, you can't edit nothing out.
It is what it is.
You stumble, and then you just go on. You can't fake it. You can't
edit out. If the cops decide to come in here because they're raiding the wrong place, and it's gonna go live.
I was losing electricity earlier. I'm like, this better not happen while we're on live. Imagine me losing power. I'm like, what do I do? Imagine me talking, then bloop. I'm out.
I know, right? And it happens because it has happened to us while we're on a cruise doing a live stream.
Oh wow! There we go.
Well, things I actually I don't know if the charge, but I have these lights that you actually put on your phone and everything where it's charged, right? Mm-hmm. And I would literally bring those out, but it would literally look like I'm trying to think of that TV show because he made a show during the blackout. Do you remember the blackout that happened up in the Northeast? how it's got to be like 20 years ago or something about right. Right, there's a whole. I was here blackout, and the guy did a TV show in the dark.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Got to do what you got to do at that moment, you know.
You do. But it's a lot of fun. Like, I love doing live streaming because you get to interact with so many great people,
Right.
and it's just a lot of fun. And it sometimes things are going to come out good, and sometimes it's not. So it is what it is. But you grow from there, and you keep moving forward.
Yeah, and see, live streaming here compared to doing a live stream on the ship. On the ship is so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like doing it on the ship, but just do yourself a favor. Do not drink too much. And it's not about that you might act a fool. It's about that you might end up in the bathroom and you're like,
oh my God.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, let's say hello to everybody here on the chat today. Welcome back to St. Kitts. We're going to be doing welcome back to Across the Wave. There we go. Cut.
There you go. Yeah.
Welcome back to another show. This is Across the Wave. We're coming to you from St. Kitts and Nevis. Welcome in. Miss Mama Nancy is in the house. Harlan, hello, Mr. Harlan. We love you. The Queen of Disney has arrived. That's why I put my little hat for you, girl. Cruise Nuts, Mike and Tracy, thank you so much for being here today. It's going to be a great show. I know that Keith and Jeffy have never been to St. Kitts. No. I've actually been there a couple of times. I actually have some pictures of my own that I wanted to share with you guys. Hopefully this is a good show today. Guys, yesterday I had an awesome show. We were talking about first-time cruisers. So if you have not seen that, check out yesterday's live stream. We had a blast yesterday. So you guys are ready? We're ready to start?
We're ready.
We is ready. Okay. So all right. So here we go. Let's start with our history. So I see you guys in a little bit. I like that music. I don't know why I keep dancing to the music. Well, guys, welcome back to another history. We're going to be talking about the port of St. Kitts and Nevis. If you've never been to St. Kitts, it's a part of the Caribbean. It is a very beautiful place to actually go to, believe it or not. The Caribbean is all amazing no matter where you go. But one of the cool things to find in St. Kitts, if you've never been, there's monkeys everywhere. And you do have to watch out for your food because they will come and get it. And I've actually seen it. So it's a lot of fun. Today, we're going to be talking about a little bit about the history of St. Kitts. And welcome in, Mark Johnston. Thank you so much for being here today. Welcome into the show. So just to give you a little bit of the St. Kitts, history. St. Kitts is officially St. Christopher. It's an island in the West Indies, the west side of the island border of the Caribbean Sea. For those of you that may have gone or may have not gone to St. Kitts, if you have, please put it in the comments that you have. One of the cool things about St. Kitts is that you can actually be in two different places in St. Kitts at the same time. And we're going to show you all of that cool stuff as the show progresses. But St. Kitts is in the border of the Caribbean Sea, is in the eastern coast and faces the Atlantic Ocean. St. Kitts and neighboring islands of Nevis constitute of one country, Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. A little bit about history. I don't know if you guys know this, and I found out a while back. This is where actually Hamilton kind of like have his area. And there's an actual place where you can go and do an excursion there. I'm not sure if Keith is going to bring that information to you guys, but if he's not, then I'll give you guys a little bit about that information when Keith is talking about that. So going back is the Federation of the St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis are separated by the shallow, about 2 kilometers in its own channel as known as the Narrows. St. Kitts become home of the Caribbean, British, and French colony in the mid 1620. Along in the island of Nevis, St. Kitts was a member of the British West Indies until gaining the independence on the 19th of September of 1983. The island is one of the Leeward Islands of the Lesser Antilles and is situated about 2,100 kilometers southeast of Miami, Florida. Crazy to know that that's how much. It's about 1,300 miles away from Miami, Florida. The land area of St. Kitts is about 163 kilometers, which is 65 miles, and being approximately 18 miles long on an average of about 5 miles across. So think about this, guys. So you can actually visit all of St. Kitts in the time that you're there at the port, because it's 18 miles long and 5 miles across. St. Kitts has a population of only 40,000 people. And the majority of them, they are from Africa descent. The primary language in St. Kitts is English, with a literacy rate of approximately 98%. Residents call themselves, oh my God, this is going to be a good one to even say, Kittanians or Kittanians. The islands of is named after Christian Saint Christopher, which they usually call them Kit. And that's pretty much that part of the. And now, if we talk a little bit about the geography of St. Kitts, the capital of the two island nation is also its largest port, in the town of oh my God, Jeffy, now I'm the one Bastre, I think it is. Oh my God, I know I butchered that name, guys. I apologize, because we were trying to figure out how to pronounce that name. On St. Kitts, there is a modern facility of handling the large cruise ships there. A ring road goes around the perimeter and the island of the small roads branching off of it. The interior of the island is too steep for people to actually live there. St. Kitts is 6.2 miles away from St. Eustatius, to the north of 1.9 miles from Nevis to the south. The St. Kitts has 3 district groups of volcano peaks. So could you guys imagine like all this volcano? Because when you see St. Kitts, if you've never been, one is a beautiful island, but it's not very populated. And everybody kind of lives in that one area, because everything else is like these huge mountains and different things like that. Welcome in, Katie Kendrick. Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here today. Let me see. Welcome in, Miss Joanne. PK Adventure, welcome in. Will G, welcome into the show. Thank you guys so much for being here. And then, you know, when you start looking at all these really cool stuff that they have the Salt Dome Peninsula that contains the oldest volcanoes deposits there in St. Kitts. And during the last ice age, the sea levels was up to 91 meters, which is about 300 feet lower in St. Kitts and Nevis. Were on the island along with Saba and the St. Eustatius. St. Kitts was originally settled by pre-agricultural, pre-ceramic art who migrated south down to the archipelago from Florida. Man, some of these words are crazy. In a few hundred years, they disappeared to be replaced with the ceramic using of agriculturists, people around the 100 BC who migrated to St. Kitts, north of the banks of the Orinoco River in Venezuela around 800 AD. They were replaced by the Ignari people. Ignari. Oh my God, this is weird. Members of the Arawak group. Today, I'm like butchering these names out, and I do apologize. All right, so they also have the time where they had also the slavery in that area, and then eventually down the road, they started doing all of the cruise and cruise industry that started to come in, which it helps a lot of the population there, because they do depend on all of us going over there for them to be able to, to work and all of that kind of stuff. So this is pretty much all I have for the history here of St. Kitts and Nevis. Hopefully you guys learned something new. And I apologize for butchering some of the words, guys. It's weird. And I know I'm not going to be the only one on the show. So I know that, guys. So be prepared. But you know what? We're here to have a lot of fun, to give you some kind of details. And hopefully you guys enjoy. Like I said, put it on the comments if you've been to St. Kitts. If you have not, just let us know. And that way, we could give you some more information. And if you have, give us a little detail as to what you really enjoy and those kinds of things, so that we can know, and maybe some of the people can actually find information. So now I'm going to put you down with the king of the YouTube news, the one and only Cruising with Keith.
Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I want to thank everybody for coming in. There's a lot of people who came in today. So Katie Kendrick, thank you. Obviously, coming in. I don't know if Tinkerbell got everybody else. Internet F1, thank you also for coming. And obviously, Miss Joanne, my wife. And just mean what Holland is right. So let me get to what we're talking. Let me just fix this. Let me slide over for everybody. Sorry about that. I like to be more in the center. So welcome to the port of St. Kitts. The weather today was a high of 84, low of 76. Up here in New York, we actually had some warm weather today. It was like 60 degrees today. A little bit warm for this time of year. The minimum wage over there is $10.75 per hour, or $430 a week. The current cruise ship is the Main Ship 2, right? It's spelled MEIN. MEIN. It's a German cruise ship, right? The gas is $16.48 a gallon. It sounds like a lot. It still is a lot, but it's not really $16.48 USD. The USD is only $6.10. So gives you an idea of what that is. And if it's $6.10, I didn't do the minimum wage of the USD, but you can figure it's about almost. So figure the minimum wage is somewhere around maybe a little bit less than $5. Yeah, it's got to be definitely less than $5. So I'm just doing that off the top of my head right now. So, okay, so let's get to some of the news, because obviously can't do this right here without the news. Angie, thank you for coming in. And that's a new person. Thank you for coming in. Let's see. Let's give you guys some news, right? That's why we're here. Because I have everything up here. So this year, St. Kitts is going to welcome 4 inaugural cruises in 1 week, which is crazy. I mean, that is a lot. Well, not inaugural cruises, right? So St. Kitts kicked off the cruise season with a spectacular start, welcomed 4 cruise ships within just 4 days. Between December 2nd and December 5th, 2024, the Destiny hosted the Explorer, MSC Virtuosa, Norwegian Prima, and the Resilient Lady. So those were 4 inaugural cruise ships in just 4 days. That was in 2024. And I always get confused with the Norwegian Viva Prima, so I had to think, what is going on here? No, I don't want no notification. What are they doing now? Okay, so let's get. And that was basically, I was about to end that one. I have no clue why they didn't want to do that. So let's go on to the next one. Muncie, also, thank you for coming in. I hope you're doing well. I hope what happened with that Ohio State and Michigan game with the flag planting and all that. That got a little crazy. I even heard that talking about that a lawmaker is trying to put a law in Ohio State that it's going to be a federal crime if you plant a flag at that stadium. They're just doing that so that it doesn't happen at their stadium again. So that whole fight and everything. Okay, so let's get to the next one of the news. Okay, so Sync Christmas time. So let's get some Christmas news. St. Kitts celebrates second annual Christmas festival in both traditional and modern style. So obviously there's not gonna be no snow, but you can see the confetti and all that. So this St. Kitts and Nevis celebrate the second annual Christmas festival and tree lighting. So it was a tree lighting on December 8, 2024 at Connery. The festival will celebrate with the Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. Terrence Drew, is in an effort to bring together the community and celebrate the holiday. So that's good for him. Obviously to do that, to get all the people. It's Christmas, so we all like that. Hello, Josie Chaser, or the Hosie Chaser. Morning, Gonzalez. Thank you for coming in. And then we get to the last one. And this is Denzel Douglas praises Cape Air's new regional service, strengthen tourism and connectivity. So Denzel Douglas is a new regional service to strengthen tourism and connectivity. The authorities in Kitts and Nevis Foreign Affairs, Dr. Denzel Douglas, has applauded Cape Air for the phenomenal regional flight service that has seen the airline start service between St. Kitts, Nevis, and St. Thomas and the U.S. Virgin Islands. So basically, it's an airline that's flying, and that's actually really good because you're going from the United States. Everybody forgets U.S. Virgin Islands is part of the United States, just like Puerto Rico. Right, so you're getting Americans coming there back and forth, and all that. Which, in my eyes, I believe that all those regions they should be put down as like states, but they're not gonna, especially Puerto Rico. So, see, and girls, the first Cape Air Kiss was on site. Welcome by water counter. So as you can see on the top left here. It's a small plane. It's not one of the big planes, obviously, because probably they might not be able to fit the bigger planes in their runway. So it's a smaller plane, so it holds a certain amount of people, and that is it for the news. And this time we did it correctly, and we're gonna pass it on to Dick Jeffy is coming on.
Hello, everyone. Before getting on here, I was trying to figure out the pronunciation, and it's Bostair. So I know, I know Jackie was having some issues with that, and I was trying to figure this out earlier, but I got it nailed down. Hopefully, I even wrote it down, so maybe we could get through this. So around the port, we are talking about St. Kitts and Nevis in this time. So what I got for you guys is that the main port area in this case has 3 different piers, including a separate one for cruise ships and the Caribe Queen, which is the island ferry that runs between St. Kitts and Charleston, which is the capital of Nevis. The terminal area at Port Zante consists of a welcome center, a large duty-free shopping area, which includes restaurants, shops, and cafes. And this is about a 10-minute stroll into downtown Basse-Terre, which is also called, the Circus. As of 2020, the pier is capable of handling 4 large cruise ships at once, which is something that Keith mentioned. If more than 4 ships are visiting, the ships with either the ships will either need to use the cargo port or tender passengers ashore. Basse-Terre has been the British capital of St. Kitts since 1727. However, originally it was part of the French sector when the two nations both held the island. Now, the name Basse-Terre in French means lowland, which indeed is where most of the commercial district is. And because of this, it has been flooded many, many times. So, regarding sightseeing, as an hour easy walk will show you the highlights of Basse-Terre. This is ideal for exploring on foot since everything is laid out in square blocks. This is perfect for shopping and food, with a few duty shops offering some good options for jewelry, watches, perfumes, china, crystal, and island crafts. Taxis are generally available for trips rather afield, so you could go explore a little bit further out. As a helpful tip, so be sure to agree on the fare with your driver before actually starting the trip. Very important. Also, many tours operate at the dock, often with reasonable fares. Now, places to kind of like do or things to see: the St. Kitts Scenic Railway. This takes passengers on a 3-hour tour that makes a 30-mile circle around the beautiful Eastern Caribbean part of the island. There's also Sky Safari Tours. This is a highly advanced scenic zipline tour through St. Kitts rainforest, flying over the Wingfield River. This zipline course consists of one trainer line, which is 100 feet long, followed by 4 larger zip lines, which lengths from 500 feet to 1,350 feet. This tour strives to unite eco-adventure with St. Kitts interpretive knowledge. Now, there's also the Brimstone Hills Fortress National Park. This is a UNESCO World Heritage Site of historical, cultural, and architectural significance. It's a monument to the integrity of the British military engineers who designed it and to the skill, strength and endurance of the African slaves who built it and maintained it. Also, places to visit, in this case, some beaches. We have the Cockshell Beach, South Friars Beach, Mayor's Bay Beach, Banana Bay Beach, and Turtle Beach. These are all in St. Kitts. Now, as I briefly mentioned before, you can visit, you can take a ferry to visit Nevis, which is the smaller of the 2 islands. This is a 45-minute trip to Charleston, which is downtown Nevis, and it's approximately $32. And these ferries leave around 1 hour from each other. As a tip, do not take the last ferry back, as the boats can be full and be running late. So very important. So as you guys can see right now on the screen, you guys could see the map for St. Kitts. So there's just a little bit of everything. These maps are easily to find online. I will be putting down, as I normally do, the websites where you could go ahead and check the places that I mentioned, which in this case would be the Brimstone Hills Fortress National Park, the Sky Safari Tours, and the St. Kitts Scenic Railway, which I think a Harlan mentioned this. It's very interesting. It's very exciting. So that's all I have for Around the Port. Hope you guys enjoyed, and take it away.
Thank you. Oh, I'm you. Sorry, I missed it. Emily, thank you for coming in. I think I saw online it was your birthday over the weekend or sometime during the week. So happy birthday. So I remember I saw it on Tinkerbell. So yeah. So let's get on to the excursion. So I did this time I did 4 excursions and 4 places to eat. So what are we gonna eat? We are getting there. So let's hurry up and get there. But first, what are we gonna do before we eat? So let's do that part right now. Let's find out what we're gonna do before we eat. Yeah. He one does. It mixed all my stuff up. Okay, so let's do this one right now. So this is the capital and beach tour of St. Kitts Nevis. And it's $37 a person. Okay, you frozen minutes. It's a 4-hour tour. And obviously, just a reminder, this is not through the cruise line. And this website I use, they're really good. They what's it called? They even got an award this year, which I saw it was on their thing last week, but I guess maybe they took the award away. Okay, so let's get some photos. I mean, it's not bad. Beautiful sunset right there, by the way. So let's get some of the other photos. That looks like a church. Nice little shopping center, shopping area. I mean, if you want, you can have a monkey jump on your head. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I want to have a monkey like jump on my shoulder. I mean, I always want. I would never actually give it there, but just from like watching the movies. You ever watch those movies? You see like the monkey smoking a cigarette. I just want to see what happened one time, just because I would die laughing, not because I actually want to do it, but okay. And then the St. Kitts sign. So that's about it for that one. Let me just give you the 4-hour tour. It's offered in English. You can get a guide tour of Basseterre, the capital of St. Kitts and Nevis. Enjoy leisure time at Carambola Beach Club on Friars Bay. Travel to a scenic lookout point for great views. Enjoy, engage in informative commentary from your local guide. What is included? No alcohol drinks, no souvenir. So there's no souvenir photos. Obviously, if you want, you gotta pay for it. Small tour, round trip, transport by air conditioned minivan with the driver. So this is a pretty good tour, and you gotta look at it. For 4 hours, $37. It's like less than $10 an hour. I mean, the price of this one, I'll be honest, you cannot beat it. There's sometimes I've seen these prices, but this price on this one is really good. Okay, so let's get to the next one. So we all like to fly, but sometimes people like to fly over water. So here's one way, if you want, you could fly over water. I mean, I don't know if there's a weight limit, everybody. I know some of us just out here are big people, including myself. I mean, I don't know how that works with the balance. I just think that, going honest, is there something? Has anyone ever done this? Please let me know. Is there something like underneath, like a magnetic thing that holds you from not falling? I just want to know. And if there is that something that holds you, and you say you fall, what's going to happen next? Are you going to like go underwater with this thing and go and like drown? So please, if anyone has ever done this, please let me know. Obviously, I said there's a hose there, so obviously you're not gonna fly to outer space, but I don't know. So I mean, maybe the hose has some sort of is air in the hose. Once water gets in it, it shuts off. So I don't know. So let's take it. I mean, I would definitely do the jet skiing. That's my opinion. It's $135 a person. Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably about a half hour. And I really don't need to read much. I mean, helmet. They're more likely they're not gonna ask you for a license. When I was in Mexico, I double checked if you need like a license to drive jet skis. Nope. You're probably gonna read a piece of paper. a waiver, sign the waiver, and stuff like that. That's all. They're probably gonna do. So, and that's about it. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. And obviously that was the reason why I gave you guys a fourth one, because I want to give you a quick one right there. So this one is very interesting. Okay, so St. Kitts Rainforest Tour. So you ever want to go to rainforest in St. Kitts? I mean, it's not a bad tour. I mean, I just don't know. Some of those pictures actually, they did look a little choppy, but it could be maybe because it's so wet in the rainforest. It does get hot when you're in those trees in the tropical islands. I remember when I was in Mexico, I went to go see the ruins. It was like extremely humid in there. And the minute I got out of the forest area, it got cold. It was so weird. So this is a 4-hour tour, $70 per person. And so you're gonna see a lot of pretty cool things in the rainforest. I mean, I guess they call it rainforest. I mean, it's a nice little tour. I mean, it's not, to me, it's not like a bucket list thing, but I would definitely, if something you want to experience, definitely do it if you're looking to experience something like that. And we got one more to do, and then we're gonna figure out what in the world are we gonna eat. So I went and actually found some places to eat. See, some of them actually, it looked like some of them were like family places. So a private busatary half-day tour, $70 a person. It's a 6-hour tour. So if your cruise ship is there for 8 hours, you may be able to do it. But you also remember, if this comes back late, you're gonna miss your cruise ship. So you have to look at that. If your cruise ship is there for like 10 hours, 10 to 12 hours, I would definitely do this tour. Or if you're gonna be here, if you're going there and you're gonna stay there, overnight, you just come here on vacation. Oh, so they only give me let's see the travel. So that's weird. They only like 2 photos. Let's see the tour. So you get to see the cannons, the bell. Not bad. I mean, you're gonna see some nature. And this is not a bad tour to do. So I would definitely do this. Oh, let's go back. Sorry, I rushed this one. A lesson from so it's a 400-year-old tree. So they say. I mean, how do you know it's actually 400 years? I know they say they do tests to figure it out and all that stuff. But to me, it's like, how do you actually know it's a 400-year-old tree? I know this is what they say, with the tree, the lines on the inside. But in order to see that, you got to cut the tree down, right? So how do you actually know that it's a 400-year-old tree? Now, let's find out what we're going to eat. Before I do that, let me see if anybody else has came in. Let me just double check. So, 6-hour tour minus the SS Minnow. And yep, so nobody else has came in, and I want to thank everybody who's actually on my Instagram side. The Travel with Josie Ann, going a different direction. Mail XM rep. I don't know who half the people are on my Instagram are. So okay, so now let's get this going, and let's find out what we're gonna eat while we are on vacation in St. Kitts. So I'm going to take us to, it's called a Shipwreck St. Kitts. It's a beach and bar and grill. So let's take a look. I haven't really ventured off this way. So sample menu. Okay, let's see what. So this is I really don't see a menu on here. Okay, well, let me check that thing that says sample menu. So I might be just a. Okay, so this is what you're gonna have: cheese nachos, conch fritters. Don't even know what that is. Okay. So what the hell happened? Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. I thought the whole thing screwed out. Sorry about that. Right. Okay. I don't know why. I was just sitting down, but my whole screen just went. It disappeared. Everything went low. Yeah. So you're gonna have that. Let's see how that goes. And I think that's about it. Yeah, yeah. So basically, it's a small little menu. So it's a little beach bar place. I mean, they really don't have pictures on that one. So I'm gonna get to the next one. So the next one I'm looking. Okay, let's get that. So this one is called. It's more like a more of a. Let's see. Okay, it's called Kathy's Ocean View Bar. I think it's a Caribbean place. It's more of like a family-owned restaurant, so it's a small little place and all that. So I know there's some stuff at the bottom here. Oh no, that's that. I don't think they have. So I don't think they have extra menus, but you can see. Oh my sweet. I'm not a seafood person, but look at the size of that lobster. I mean, I like lobster tail. Put a little lemon on that. I may even, as I got older, I've actually started to like. I don't like seafood, but I do like lobster tail. I mean, look at the size of that lobster. I mean, this is why I look for that, like these family-owned places, because usually like I call them mom and pop slaves. I think this is supposed to be like as you see, it don't look like a nice like fancy place. Definitely not a fancy place. It looks like a little shack type of place, but definitely you see that food that you're getting there. I mean, that looks like a pretty decent sized steak. Uh, I don't know. I'm not gonna download that PDF. I mean, next minute, no. Uh, let's see if I find more photos. Oh yeah. Okay, so basically those are photos. So I can't find the full menu on here. No, so they don't have a menu online here, but that does look like a really good place to eat. I would definitely recommend going there, especially if you like seafood. It looks like they give you big portions, as you can see with the photos. It's not a really fancy place, but it's a place you may want to try, right? And it basically almost looks like you're in like maybe like someone's garage, but the food's gonna be really good. So it's up to you. If you don't care how the place looks, I would definitely go here. If you're worried about how the place is gonna look, you want to look nice and fancy, then this is not the place for you. And we got two more places to go. Whew. I mean, well, Maine does have a lot of big lobsters. I know. Supposedly, I've heard the best places to eat seafood on like the northeast seaboard. I was always told it's Baltimore. Some people say Maine, so it's a little fight in between there, Maine or Baltimore. If I had to drive, I would drive to Baltimore because there's a restaurant in Baltimore that I do want to try. I don't remember the name of it. I have to go back to our video. So this is called the Palm Court Gardens and Restaurant. I would do not. Restaurant and bar. So you have events here. There's a pool. Oh, okay. So let's just do the lunch menu. Once it comes. Okay, here we go. Right here. So see if I can zoom in a little bit for everybody. Okay, here we go. So desserts. Okay, spicy tuna, tuna, crispy rice, mishra. I don't know. Too sure. Soups. Okay, here we go. This is the salad. So main course, squash bar. I'm just reading oven, chicken breast, Caribbean lobster tail. So more than likely you're gonna get a different flavor in your lobster tail. It's not gonna be what you used to in the United States because they're gonna put a little Caribbean style into it, Caribbean spice and all that stuff. So that's the one. That's the one thing that they were. I guess. Let's see. Well, now let me go down any further. So the sides, I'll read that off. So bottom of the palms, of course, signature with local fish tacos, salt fish fritters, and the sides that we couldn't read before was lemongrass, basmati rice, sun-dried tomato contours, green salad, sweet potato fries, sauteed vegetables, sea sauce, and rosemary fries. So this is not a bad place to go eat, and it's got a nice menu. So it looks like it's more of like a fancy type of place to go eat. But I'm only going to show you lunch because when you're on the cruise, you're there for lunch. You're not there for dinner. And what is I really want. I gotta show you guys this one, right? Okay. Oh, sorry. That one just came out. Okay. So what is the Caribbean? Well, like maybe some reggae, right? I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So here we go. So this is it's called a reggae beach bar, and it's called Live Day Life. Live Day Life. And let's see what this website. Rush Slowly, Reggae Beach Bar and Grill. And so that's where it is. So you can really see on the map right there. I don't know why they put feet up. I don't want to see people's feet, but hey, whatever. Okay, let's see. Let's get to the food and drinks. Okay, so anybody that wants a cocktail, honestly, from all the places that I looked at so far, I got a feeling this is going to be the best place for everybody to go to. And I'm talking about the drinks, the food, everything. You know, this is more of like a beach place. So you got the reggae rum punch, you know, all that stuff, and they got fruit smoothie. So the ones on the right are all like, you know, the non-alcoholic drinks. So mudslides for all you people like my mother who likes the mudslides, house wine. But you can get buckets of beer, Carib Light, Skull Stack, Heineken, and Corona, tea, coffee. And here comes the food part: coconut shrimp, basket of French fries, which is always good. You know, you get yourself a lobster, so grilled fish, barbecue chicken. I'm just going through a couple of them. You get chicken strips, so you get the strips with the French fries. You know, you get yourself a nice grilled hot dog for $12 for a hot dog. I mean, I could go to the supermarket and buy 10 of them. But you're on vacation, so obviously things aren't cheap. They also have to make money. Baby back ribs supposedly is best on the island with their homemade barbecue sauce. So this is definitely a place, and it looks like they probably have some. Before we go, let me just see what. Okay, they got events. So if you're ever there, let's do Friday night. Well, that's Friday night. They got a lobster festival. The Secret Reggae Beach Lobster Fest. And look, you see in the background and all that. Hoping I can find some more. Let's see all events. Let's see before we go. Lobster. Okay. So we got this. So this is also pretty cool. If you're ever there, if you're ever there, like in the morning, they even have this thing. It's called Blue Semester Reggae thing. So this is actually, I would definitely go here over all the other places. I mean, unless you like the lobster, but I would definitely go here. This looks like a good place. They're probably gonna have some like reggae music, and when you think reggae, don't just think like the crazy. They're gonna have also the slow reggae music. You know, Bob. Obviously, we know the most famous reggae guy out there is Bob Marley, and so, oh yeah, I also want to let everybody know, if you're not sure where it is on the map, because I know where it is. If you look with U.S. Virgin Island, it's east of U.S. Virgin Islands. So and right before the island starts, it looks like it makes the turn where you get the whole mess of islands. That's where St. Kitts is located, and that's about it. So everybody else, you could come back in and join in on the show.
Son.
I don't even know what to even say after
Listen.
That was a big lobster, right? That was a big lobster.
I'm hungry now, definitely. Harlan has me having her wanting to go eat something. Yeah, I will. After all this, like, wow.
Real quick, hello, David. Welcome back in, sir. I'm telling you, I do have some pictures I want to actually share with you guys from my last trip to St. Kitts and Nevis. And I'm just going to show you this real quick. This says like a little welcome to St. Kitts. This picture that you guys are seeing here, guys, this is the most coolest thing that you can ever see in St. Kitts. You got the Atlantic Ocean to one side and the Caribbean Sea to the other. It is the only one time where you can see both oceans side to side. It is crazy how beautiful this picture is. And I have another one here a little bit further out. And you see all of that road. We actually did cover all of that road. We went snorkeling on the Caribbean side. It was really, really cool. And then there I am. So I actually been there. Here are some of my girls. I took my girls. This was when we went on the Celebrity Apex. So we did a mother and daughter cruise. And I have all of my girls, except for my little one. This was our tour guide that day. Very nice gentleman. And if you wanted to take a picture with the monkeys, here we are.
Yeah.
So this is so cool. We met this gentleman. He's been there with his monkeys for at least 4 or 5 years, or even probably more, because I've actually seen him there quite a bit of time. And I was there with my girl, so we took this really cool picture. So I wanted to share that with you guys. That was my St. Kitts cruise. And let me tell you, you have a great time. If you've never been, you at least have to check it out one time. But just don't be afraid of the monkeys, because you see them all over the place and they jump from tree to tree. And if you're eating something, make sure you keep an eye on what you're eating, because they will come at you.
You end up not having any food left. They'll be taking their food.
See,
actually,
that's like the seagulls you got at the beaches in New York.
I think Martine has been with me. I'm sorry, Keith. Martine has been with me to St. Kitts, and I believe he actually saw the monkeys. But go ahead, Keith. I'm sorry.
No. I'm saying, like, I remember growing up here in New York at the beaches. I don't like the beaches up here in New York. I mean, to me, I'm not a beach person in New York, so I only go to beaches. I usually go down to the tropical islands, because I just believe, up here in New York, I'll be honest, you're not gonna see your feet. Okay, you walk in there, you put your hand in the water, you can't see nothing in the water because it's so dark, and not because it's dirty. It's because there's no sunlight that got into the water. Right. It's not like that's the reason why tropical islands you can see inside it, because the sunlight gets in the water and it lightens the water. Right.
So I have a question for you guys, for you, Jeffy, and for Keith, and also for everybody on the chat. What do you prefer? Do you prefer to see your feet in the ocean, or do you prefer not to see? Because you never know what's going to come at you. So what is worse, seeing what's coming at you or not seeing what's coming at you at all?
Okay, I prefer to see my feet, not because of the fishes that are in the water. Okay. It's because there's been times, like obviously in New York, I mean, the beaches are cleaned up now, but I'm talking about when I went to the beaches in the 80s and 90s, there would be times you'd be walking and there would be like garbage, there'd be bricks in the ocean, or sometimes there would be needles in there from like junkies, depending on where you went to these beaches, But now it's all cleaned up, but still, I'd rather see my feet because I want to make sure there's not like something on the floor that's not,
My situation is I have thalassophobia, so it's like a hit or miss. So if I see things underwater, it's like a fear. So what it is, it's a fear of things underwater. So if there's something that's not supposed to be there, like Keith said, for example, I went once to the beach, and this was in Puerto Rico. There was a tire in the water. I'm like, why is this tire here? My foot touched it. And I'm like, why is this here? There's no reason for this to be here. And that freaked me out. So, for example, when I do snorkeling, I can't do snorkeling too much because if I see, for example, a sunken ship, a sunken boat, anything that's just not supposed to be there, I freak out and I cannot. It's horrible. So it's really bad.
Well, at least that's good to know, because whenever we do travel, I know not to do a snorkeling with you.
No, and it's okay. Like I've gotten like there are certain things that I could, be okay, but like if it's too much, I'm like, no, I can't do that. So it's like if I see the abyss, I can't do that.
So what do they call that phobia? I never heard of that.
Thalassophobia.
What?
Thalassophobia, yeah.
Thalassophobia. I'm like, what is that?
You can look it up.
I've never heard of that before.
It's a real thing. It's a real thing. But it's like
put it in the comments. Put it in the comments.
Yeah, I will. I will. It's like objects and stuff underwater, like things that are just not supposed to be there. It's just
look. Martin is saying he likes to see what's coming at him.
I get it too. So yeah.
Say you're there with like a significant other, right? And all of a sudden that person wants to play a prank on you, and they put their hand under the water and grab your feet. Are you like gonna jump? Because I know if that was my wife, I would do that to her.
I'm gonna let you take Jeffy on a snorkel, then you tell us how that goes.
I will probably be kicking. I will listen. It happened that one time. I started kicking. I'm like, oh, but I mean, if I'm far away from the object, I think I'm okay. But it's like it's weird because I'm not afraid of the ocean. Like I go on a cruise and I love it, and I love being out there. It's just at the beach or certain things that I'm just, why is this here? It's not supposed to be here.
I tell you, like, this is one of the coolest thing about the community. The things that we learn.
I mean, say we're on the cruise together. I mean, when we're on the cruise, I'm in the ocean out there. I put my camera on the water, so that's good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like even I like the. I mean, obviously, I'd rather in the pool, but I put it on the water because hopefully, maybe I'll catch a fish or a shark that won't eat me.
Yeah. See.
That is so cool. This is you learn new things. I've never even heard of that word, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I put it in the. I saw that you put it on the chat. So you guys can definitely Google it if you guys want to. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. But
Em is already looking it up. Em is gonna put some information there in a little bit.
Yeah. So Em put there like I can't do sunken ship tours. I mean, I probably can. I'll probably be freaked out or whatever, but I can. It's like there's certain things that I can and I can't do. But yeah, I will definitely like to see sometimes what's coming at me. If it's shallow enough, I'm fine. But if I see it's too deep, like when I went to Grand Turk, you know how you go to Grand Turk, that beach where their ships are? Mm-hmm. I was there, totally fine. If I would snorkel or go under, you know where that dip is?
Oh, you're talking about the how do you call it? The drop off.
Yep. No.
No.
All right, let's talk about the drop off real quick.
No, I will not do that. I need to be able to touch the floor. If I can,
let me tell you, my daughter Stephanie, she usually goes with me on most of the cruises, and she's like, "Mom, would you surpass the drop off?" Right? And we talked about this drop off during the cruise. And when we got to Grand Turk, you're looking from the balcony. I said, okay, I see the deep blue. And then you see like the ocean, like regular. I actually swam all the way to the drop off, and I went past the drop off, and you don't see Jack Diddley squat after that drop off, but you see it's very deep in there. And I'm like, okay, let me turn right back around because I don't know if there is a little, shark or something coming at you and you can't see it because it's so dark.
Right.
But it was kind of like, it's interesting. I wasn't, scared of it, but it is interesting. That's for sure.
No, I've gone out to those drop-offs, and when you go out to those drop-offs, all of a sudden it gets cold. The water, you can feel like it's a little cool.
Yeah, the temperature does change. It's true.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's true.
But I need to touch the floor. I get paranoid if I can't. I'll get paranoid if I can't touch the floor. So let me at least touch the floor.
Oh, well,
like on this last cruise that we went on Utopia in September, Martin and I were in Perfect Day, and you know how they have the buoys like really far, like you can. And I told Martin, all right, let me go swim all the way to the buoys. Let's see what's going on. So I swim all over there, and there was some parts weirdly so that you could actually touch the ocean. And then there was some parts that were like really deep. But it was kind of cool just to go all the way over there and come back. If I felt like the Nemo, like don't touch the boat.
And then yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, I touched it. Now I can go.
Yeah. No, but yeah, definitely. I mean, wait, I was gonna. Oh, Bastair. Yeah.
No, that was another word.
That was the word of the day, Bastair.
We should do like what is the Sesame Street word of the day? Bastair, and the letter B.
Okay, so I was laughing. I was dying laughing, but people don't know. It's because we were literally practicing the word right before we started the live stream. And that's why you mentioned me. And I'm like, even us practicing, we still got it all wrong. And I'm like, this is even worse than Reykjavik and the Iceland words. I'm like, how are we getting this so wrong? Like, what the heck? It was so funny though.
Martini's saying that I'm a good swimmer. Look, I could swim.
There you go.
For those of you that don't know, my dad used to do a lot of scuba. And growing up, he would take me on the back of his, the back, and I would just hold on to him, and we would go deep, like really deep in the ocean. And whenever I couldn't, breathe anymore, like I had to, because I had to hold your breath, I would just tap him on, and he would go back up. And I learned how to swim a whole lot because of that. And well, thanks to my dad out there, if he's ever watching my YouTube channel. But I love to swim. I love the body of water. I love to explore. I don't have whatever that thing that you said.
I mean, again, and I swim. I know how to swim. Like, that's no problem. I could swim. I could go to the beach. I could go to pools. I have no problem with
know. I'll be like Dory.
There's certain levels that no, thank you.
I could swim, but I can't float.
Oh.
There's a different, like my wife goes in the pool and she just like goes in the middle. She's fine. Doing what people do in the ocean. They swim. They look like I'm gonna put it like that. But have you ever seen a roach go upside down and it's like this? Okay, when people float in the water, that's what people look like.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
I think floating is a lot of fun. It's very relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're floating, it's very relaxing.
I can't do it. I try it, and then all of a sudden
you just push back and open your arms and just
yeah, you just open your arms and lift yourself up and just
Jeffy, they want to know if you get a panic attack.
Listen, I did. I have gotten a panic attack.
I go right in the water. If me and my wife are on the cruise ship and it turns into the Titanic,
oh my God.
She's going to be living, I'm going to be under. She's going to push me under the water.
I can see Keith crying everywhere.
Oh
my God. That is too funny though. I tell you that the things that is that's what I love about the community. The things that you learn every day is just amazing. Look at that. The Queen says, "I like to wet my hair. Free hairdresser." Okay, I'm trying to figure what she's trying to say. Swim like Finding Nemo. I'm like Dory. I be honest. I'm like Dory because Dory just loves to swim.
Swimming, just keep.
Yeah, she just keeps swimming, and enjoy. I love exploring the sea. Now, I have been next to sharks. Like when I went to Perfect Day, and Martin is here, he could probably tell you. I didn't even see the shark coming at me, and he was just coming, and he didn't do anything to me. He just passed by me, but I'm like, nope, out the water I go. Thank you very much. That's not going to happen today.
It's been very nice, but thank you.
I see stingrays. I actually swim with stingrays.
I could probably do that.
I've done it before. I mean, it's funny when I was like a young kid, a little kid, 10 years old. I've gone to the Gulf of Mexico at that age, and and there were stingrays. I didn't care about it. I was a kid. Now I'm like, oh my God, the stingrays. I gotta watch where I walk. I gotta watch, enjoy my feet, this, that.
Yeah.
Bill, thank you for coming in.
Thank you so much for being here, Bill. Welcome in. Yeah. Muncie actually had a good question. And even though this is not, what we're doing on the show today, but it's all good. Any thoughts on Carnival raising their prices on the cheer package without notice? To be honest, it took everybody by surprise. Us as travel agents, we didn't even know, to be honest, that was going to happen. They just went ahead and poof, we're just going to bring it as of today.
Well, they raised that and the internet package, right?
Right.
So I already made I have the videos already made.
Yep. And Royal raised their gratuities by what, 50 cents, I think it was. So, but let me tell you, they didn't even mention it. They usually say it ahead of time. And then you have gazillions of people that are traveling, buying the drink package ahead of time to save some money. But this time they just did it.
This is the second time I've seen them do it without saying the word. Like over the past maybe 2 years, because this ain't the first time where Carnival has put their stuff out and hasn't even said a word. So like travel agents or none of that. Because I've seen it happen before, but now their prices. I remember I think like 2 years ago it was only like $55, $60.
But you want to hear something funny, Keith? And I know you're not a travel agent, but maybe you guys in the comments will probably also know about this. Us as travel agents, and believe it or not, it is very hard to sell travel protection. A lot of people don't like to buy travel protection because they feel like, oh, everything's going to be good and dandy and everything's going to good. But they can drop $500 and $600 on a drink package, no problems. No problem.
I'm that type of person though, and I did the travel agency stuff too. But
look,
maybe this is something to discuss maybe at a different point.
Yeah, we're gonna have to really talk about that.
I used to never. I'll be honest. I used to never buy like the travel insurance and all that. But after my issues going to the hospital this year and all that.
Right.
I bought the thing, and honestly, it wasn't expensive. I think I spent like maybe between $100 to $200 for me, my wife, and my mother on a 7-day cruise.
Wow.
So
that's crazy.
So I did it with Nationwide, and it wasn't that bad of a price.
You know, I tell you, but you don't even understand. I talk to so many customers on a daily, and I always talk about the travel insurance and all of that. And no, I don't need it. You know, everything is going to be okay. And then when something doesn't go okay, then they're calling you like, or something is going to happen. Like they're leaving within a month. Now they want travel insurance because somebody got injured or sick or whatever. And it doesn't work that way. Like after a certain time and closer to your cruise, you can even buy travel insurance unless you go outside and you buy travel insurance, because they ask you, when was the last time you made that final payment and all of that. So, for those of you that are, like that, keep in mind, travel insurance is very, but when it comes to that drink package and all of that, I don't know, Carnival just dropped the bomb on everybody. Not everybody was happy.
No, they're being sneaky about certain things. I feel like a lot of them too. It's not just Carnival, like you mentioned, also Royal. Like they're just being sneaky.
Yeah,
like
but I think I'm with you, Jeffy. We should do another show maybe on a Tuesday, because next week we're gonna have a good show. It's gonna be we're gonna be talking about the key.
Yes, we will.
So
I will be in the show. So yeah, just let
we're gonna be talking about the key next week, and maybe I could bring like a show like that about drink packages and things like that for you guys if that's what you guys want.
Yeah.
But next week, Across the Way will be celebrating their 1-year belated anniversary, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. So please mark your calendars. Be here at 8:00. What was that?
I mean, our anniversary celebration was like the Port of Baltimore,
Oh yeah, that was when it was supposed to be the 1 year when we did.
I know it was the 1 year. Our anniversary was in October, but then different things happened during that time, and we had to push it back. So why not end the year, celebrating our 1-year anniversary before we go on vacation? And then next year, Across the Wave is going to have a total new phase for Across the Wave. New everything for Across the Way. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to many more years.
As in, we don't have a new person coming on.
No,
it's not
it's going to be us. It's
going
to be us three.
It's us three.
But the segments, the intro segments are going to change. Those will be brand new. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I think you guys are going to like it. We're trying to improve and kind of like grow with everything that we're doing. And I think it's going to be good for the channel and for everybody that is watching. We could tell the channel is growing. A lot of people are loving Across the Waves. And thank you guys so very much for tuning in every Wednesday, to our show. You guys don't even understand how much we appreciate each and every one of you guys for all of your comments, for all the fun and adventures that we have. And I hope that, we get to see you again next week here. We're going to have some giveaways. We're going to reminisce on one full year. It's going to be just a lot of fun.
Well, and before we get out of here, you forgot a video to put up.
No, we're going to put that video right now. Here we go.
Welcome back, everyone. We're here to announce our next group cruise. It's an 8-day vacation on the Carnival Mardi Gras. And it's for more than just traveling with Tinkerbell or cruising with Keith. This one's for all of Across the Waves. We're heading out on August 30th and coming back on September 7th of 2025. Here's the itinerary so everyone knows what to get ready for. We're departing from Port Canaveral in Orlando, Florida on the 30th. We've got our first 2 days at sea, so you've got plenty of time to check out the ship. They've got Shaq's Big Chicken at the back of the boat, free pizza, a huge pool, slides, and even theater shows on the lower decks if you're into that kind of thing. From there, we'll be stopping at St. Thomas, San Juan, Amber Cove, one more day at sea, and then the brand new Celebration Key. If you're interested in joining us, you can book now at Gonzalez at expediacruises.com. The phone number is 813-608-2935, and the website link will be in the description below. We hope to see you when the time comes.
There you guys go.
Yep. Well, hopefully we could get some people who want to come.
I know, right?
I'm there.
I know. Well, guys, this is all for Across the Wave today. Keith, do you have any announcements for the rest of the week?
Tomorrow I will have a cruise news video out. I already made it, but I don't have. It's too late to edit and all that and put it up. So it will be out probably tomorrow evening. So.
Okay. And Jeffy's still working on his first intro for his YouTube channel.
I'm still working on that. I got a lot of things to do. I'm working on a lot of things, but I'll get it eventually. I will.
Yeah, Jeffy right now is working on all of the intros. He's the one doing the intros for Across the Way. So we're going to have all new show coming in next year, fresh to begin the 2025. Yes.
We are. Yes, we are.
Oh, so the only thing that I have is I don't have any live stream unless, because I might be going to Epcot this Saturday. And you know me, I'm like, I'm here. So I might have a live stream. I don't know if Martine and I will be going to Epcot, but I do have reservations. I like to see Christmas things. And there might be a possibility of a live stream, but I don't promise it because we don't know yet. But other than that, I'll have my next show is going to be on the Royal Key, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. So if you're interested, I'm knowing about the Key. Come back with us. It's going to be Jeffy and I talking about it. More Jeffy than I because he's the one who has done it.
Yeah.
But thank you guys. Go ahead.
No, I've done it on all my cruises. So yeah. Yeah.
So, but thank you guys all for being here today, for all your support, for your great comments, for hitting that like button, for subscribing, for all the love that you give us, all three. Thank you guys so much. Please be blessed. I love you guys all to the moon and back, and toodaloo. I see you later. Toodles. Goodbye.
Adios.
We gotta go outside with our dance. Ooh, ooh,
oh.
ooh,
Oh,
ooh.
I have a dance somewhere. Yeah.
I'll follow.